Hello again everyone, here I am again for my next video. Sorry, it's been a little while since my video before because I've had, well, the whole family, we all got COVID. Actually, we waited for some really bad symptoms to come that never really came. So thankfully, we dealt with the virus very, very mildly. And then, of course, I'm doing lots of work for my books right now because I've got a course on Udemy, a really long course, which teaches people how to read numerology. And now I'm writing 3 books to go with that. So that's taken up a lot of my time. And I've had to think, come on, get back on your channel. And because I've still got a list of requests to do for you guys. So this is the next one on my list. So I'm here today for the next request on my list is, how are you supported when you are a life path 1, here to achieve the elements of a life path 1, which is the most important number in your chart, remember? How are you supported when you have a soul urge or a motivation energy in the energy of the 7? Now, before I get into the detail of this, straight away I'm thinking, a life path 1 needs to learn how to channel new ideas and then manifest them and lead people to the manifestation of their ideas in a nutshell. Well, the soul urge 7 is going to be great for the spirituality. It's going to really push and assist motivationally the life path 1 to develop their spirituality and learn to trust their intuition that they can use in leadership and expression. But the soul urge motivation may not push the 1 really to want to express their unique ideas to an audience. This person's going to be motivated to be different and unique, but they're not always going to care about or really want or care about what anyone thinks about their ideas. So that's what they're kind of developing towards, caring about it and bringing about change, which is what they need to do for their life path 1. So, if you're a life path 1, the elements that you're here to develop, you're here to achieve, things you haven't achieved yet, this is not a talent, remember. You're here to learn, to channel and take new ideas and messages directly from source energy. And then stay with that idea long enough in order to express the idea, in order to initiate it, to start the process of manifestation on earth. So it's not just about channeling those ideas. The life path 1's got to learn to act, to initiate, and to practically surge ahead and do it confidently. Because, you know, people judge others when they bring new ideas. Anything that touches their comfort zone or makes them think about things a little bit more differently can sometimes touch people's idea of security and comfort. And sometimes they can take new ideas a bit badly and actually be downright nasty when new ideas are expressed to them. So that 1 needs to learn to be not only proud of their uniqueness and their ideas, but also be brave enough to express those ideas and not worry or you know, be held back by potential negative reactions of others, because they're also here to be a leader, to surge ahead powerfully and lead a team or lead other people towards the fruition of their new unique ideas. So it's not just about channeling it, it's about being brave enough to express it and surge ahead and initiate those ideas on earth, but do it responsibly and ethically. So, you know, that's in a nutshell the task of the life path 1, to bring about change basically and manifest that change on earth. But one of the items in your toolbox to help you to achieve that life path 1 is your motivation and your drive. And this video is about having the motivation and drive of the energy of the 7. This is your passion. This is what excites you and makes you want to act. So this is your passion. So you're interested already in spirituality and you're driven to walk the spiritual life. You love to follow your intuition and trust the experienced soul within within you. You're more, you're a faith over logic kind of person. You like to follow your intuitive wisdom. You have faith in this soul within you. You know that your soul is full of all this information from all your previous lives, and you're driven and motivated by your own personal journey. And life for you is about developing yourself. It's about evolving your spirit, which is that is just the nutshell of the motivation of the Soul Urge 7. They're not about success in the world. They might not even be about, depending on their sub-lessons, of course, they might not even be about expressing their sevenness to the world. It might just be about developing themselves. So, for the Life Path 1, the channeling's going to be easier because they're going to be motivated to be spiritual. But the manifestation of those ideas on Earth may be something that the Soul Urge 7 might need to have to step out of their motivation zone to work towards, because the 7's less about that outward achievement, and the 1 is all about that outward achievement and bringing tangible change. So breaking down all the elements, you're here as a Life Path 1 to learn to connect to source energy and download or channel unique, unmanifested new ideas, okay, on Earth, and do it bravely. But of course, because this is what you're here to do, you're going to find that difficult. One, maybe to channel it, maybe is your first problem, but it's hiding them ideas, because 1s and 11s actually are here to be different. They're here to channel something different. So 1s and 11s, they can be really held back by worried about validation from others. What will other people think of my new ideas? What if people react badly? And it causes the 1 and the 11 to hold those ideas back. And then those ideas go nowhere. They don't get expressed on Earth because the 1 is holding them back for fear of people's reactions to that channeled idea. So you're here to learn not only to channel that idea, but to learn to be happy to express that to an audience, to be in the limelight and express that new idea confidently to others, because your intuition says it's the right thing and you've channeled it directly from source energy. So it's an idea that you need to share with the world, and it's responsible and it's ethical. That's the essence of the first element of the 1. So your motivation in the 7 energy means that you're interested in all the spirituality and self-discovery and philosophy and digging deep beneath the surface, going beyond the veil, accessing your soul and your intuitive wisdom. And you can use this to help support your Life Path 1. So to support your 1, connect to source energy regularly. Learn to do that. It's not just about connecting with your intuition inside you. It's about branching out now and really connecting with source energy and channeling those ideas through yourself. So support that Life Path 1 by connecting your soul not only to your intuition, which is also important, but to source energy regularly. Take note of the new and innovative messages that you receive and stick with them, especially the ones that can bring the most success and innovation and change. Total trust in your intuition and your inner voice, and the ideas that you channel will help you to achieve this element of your life path. And you've also as well got to be brave enough to not worry about the reactions of others. So, and this is just the first element. You're also here to be that ideas person, that dynamic ideas person, and to bring those ideas down and do something with them. But the problem when you're bombarded with the energy of the 1 or the even more powerful 11 is those ideas can almost rain on you, and most of them fall on stony ground because you don't initiate them further. You can lose interest after the initial idea because there's other ideas coming to you. It's like being crowded with too much information. You can struggle to focus on any of your ideas and let them all fall by the wayside. Your motivation and drive in the 7 is more about researching the world, researching other people's philosophy and theories and spiritual ideas, and then filtering that information through their intuition. They like to research, then they like to filter that information through their intuition to assess its truth in their heart. So they intuitively use any theory that they research to suit their own needs. and they might not always be motivated to channel their own ideas as a motivated 7. They're going to need to step out of their comfort zone, really, their motivation zone, in order to come away from their research and channel their own stuff from source energy. So, you can do it in more than one way. You can support your life path 1 and start by researching innovatively, channeling the development of new ideas and linking theories together, linking different theories and apparent disparate data together and channeling how they mix. Or you can further develop your spirituality and learn to channel ideas directly from source. There's many ways to bring innovation as an analytical and research-based 7. But keep in mind that even though you are a motivated researcher, you are here to develop towards channeling your own stuff. So by all means, research, filter it through your intuition, but you also need to be working towards channeling the new through that idea, okay? And staying focused on those ideas so that they can actually become something on earth. You're here to be confident in your uniqueness. Remember, many 1s and 11s, they don't see their uniqueness as a gift. They see it, because people have called them weird in the past, or how we all want as kids and sometimes as adults too, to fit in so that we've got friends and people accept us. Well, the 1 and the 11, they really are not here to fit in. Okay, and the motivation in the 7 is going to exacerbate this, because 7s don't want to fit in. You're here to be confident in your uniqueness as a 1, and the 7 can be quite helpful here. Because to be proud of who you are as a rare person, as a unique individual, is not easy. That's why it's part of your life path to get past, because 1s really crave validation from others. And what you've got to keep in mind is when you're a 1, you're not here to compete with others or gain validation. You're here to bring something new, something that can't be competed against, something that really can't be judged unless it's from someone that's scared of change. But 1s can crave validation from others instead of being confidently and intuitively unique. So this is what they need to work past. Now, the 7 here is going to really help the 1 to be different, because the motivation in the 7 energy drives the 7 to be different. It drives the 7 to look beyond the veil and reject popular culture. They research wisdom and truths that may actually be hidden from us, truths that 7s might have to dig for, things that aren't in the normal run-of-the-mill of popular culture. Nothing that's not in the government's interests is going to be run-of-the-mill. The 7 looks beyond the veil and digs that little bit deeper. They don't really care what other people think when they're a 7 motivation. Being different is who they are. They're more likely to be proudly unique and different. And of course, this can swing the other way and totally isolate this person, because they can be so different that they can swing too far the other way, and they can be too motivated to be isolated from the world. So that you need to be careful there, that you don't over isolate yourself, because remember, you've still got to manifest your ideas in the world. You're not here to detach from the world, and the 7 can push you towards detachment, especially when you add to it this uniqueness and this feeling out of place and feeling different. So got to be careful there, that's motivation in the 7 energy doesn't push you as a unique 1 to go into hiding, basically. So guard against that, and support your life path 1 by boldly trusting your new ideas that you've channeled from source energy, and express them, supported by deep trust in the 7, in your intuitive wisdom. If your intuitive wisdom channels it and says it's a good thing, you've got to trust that, and you've got to stop caring about what people think and craving validation from others. Okay, that is really important for a life path 1. You're never going to be unique and different until you break out from this boundaries that society puts around you, and bravely bring something new. And the 7's going to be really down with that, so you're lucky there. But when it comes to taking action, you know, it's a little bit more difficult because the one is here to manifest, remember. I mean, they can channel all day, but if they're not manifesting that idea and taking action, surging ahead and moving forward, that idea is never going to come to earth. So to a one, and it's important for a one energy to do this, only action makes a difference. It's like first gear on a car. It needs that power. It needs that surge. But when the car has momentum, the energy can draw back. So the one needs to be that surger ahead, that first gear on a car. So the thing with that is the motivation in a 7 prefers to be on their own thinking. They prefer lone study. They prefer quiet environments. They prefer to be the thinker and the theory person, the researcher. The person with the information behind the action is more the motivation of a 7. You love to find that information, the truths, and develop yourself personally and spiritually. But you're going to be less likely to be motivated to act on those ideas. It's more about your own development. So to support that manifesting life path 1, you need to develop towards practical action from your theories if necessary to help you be driven to do it. You need to express your wisdom from that motivated 7 energy, and then to achieve your life path 1, channel those innovative ideas and manifest them in reality. Act, express, work hard in a balanced way, and confidently manifest your ideas. Now, of course, this isn't going to be easy because this is one of your challenges to achieve in this lifetime. Trusting that intuitive voice within is so vitally important if you're going to be a 1 that brings new ideas. If you're going to be a 1 that leads other people, you need to have that confidence, and that confidence needs to be rooted in the intuitive voice within. Balance confidence in yourself, fed by that strong connection and trust in the soul within you, so that you can bring your ideas intuitively without fear, and again, not seeking validation or the opinions of others or caring about what the result is, because you're channeling something through your intuition and you trust your intuition. Okay, so your motivation in that 7 energy means that you prefer to trust faith over logic. You're going to go with your gut and your intuitive voice over what the logic in the world says most of the time. You know, you like accessing and acting on your intuitive voice. And yes, you're analytical, you research, you pull in information, but your intuition has the last laugh on your decisions. It has the last decision-making power, because you are a 7 soul urge that is connected to spirit. You totally trust your intuition, and you know that the universe has your back and that you're here just for another incarnation to see how much you can learn and evolve this time round. So support that life path 1 by basing your confidence on that intuitive voice. Always trust that intuitive voice within you, and be careful not to allow the chimp in, because you know the intuitive voice speaks to us and we think, yeah, I'd like to do that, and then within seconds, sometimes even at the same time, the chimp goes, well, you can't do that, you're not good enough, what about this, what about that, you'll never be able to do that because of this, and you know, you're just not blah, 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 blah. Be careful, the intuitive voice will come first. Push away the chimp. Okay, because sometimes the 1 can be really held down and their self-esteem can be really stamped on by the chimp within them that tells them they're not good enough. So support that life path 1 by basing your confidence on the intuitive wisdom within, and keep slapping the chimp away, and not basing your opinions on, basing your confidence on the opinions of others. And, you know, especially when they're negative, this is just people that don't like change. Be proud of your ideas and bring them no matter how people react to them. Okay. But only, of course, if your intuition supports that. So bring unique ideas that break barriers, challenge others' comfort zones, and brings change. So you've got to be brave. You've got to be confident. If you're going to bring a new idea and you rattle people's cages, you're going to have to be brave, and you're going to be strong and happy to stand out from the crowd, really. As a motivated 7, you like to be that free thinker. You want to bring truth, even if, people don't like it. You're a truth seeker and a truth bringer and a free thinker. And you will always research beyond the veil and underneath the surface, because that's what really excites you as a motivated 7. You like to trust and take risks based on the intuitive voice within, because there's nothing more exciting for you than trusting faith over logic. Trusting the faith that comes from your soul's wisdom over conventional thinking. It's something that the 7 is really motivated and driven to do. So to use that to support your life path 1, you've got to be a bit braver. You've got to use that 7 ability to not fit in, or that 7 motivation to not necessarily want to just fit in, to be braver, to take those intuitive risks, guided by complete trust in your soul's guidance, because your soul's guidance is never going to let you down. And when you have complete trust in that soul's guidance, you're going to confidently express no matter what. Complete trust that your ideas are good will make you less likely to care about dissension from others and more likely to take risks, because you know intuitively you're on the right path no matter what others say. That is the golden egg for a life path 1. So interdependence in 2 as well, because the 1 can sometimes be a bit overly independent and think they can do everything themselves, and they're here to learn to be more interdependent, not push others away, but delegate and bring people together in a team, because the 1 can't do this on their own, no matter how much they think they can. Independence and being on your own is really an illusion. We can't exist without each other, and that's something that the 1 really needs to come to terms with. Your motivation in the 7 energy is not necessarily going to help you here, because you actually, as a motivated 7, prefer to work alone, independently, and do things for yourself. You need lots of time alone, and you're more likely to rely on your own inner compass. So your life path 1 really needs you to take care not to isolate yourself too much, because the 7 motivation here can exacerbate this problem in your energy for the life path 1. So you've got to keep making sure that you're still connecting with others, involving other people to keep bringing your new innovation to reality. Remember, you can't do it on your own. 1, you can bring the idea, you can express it, you can surge ahead, but you need others, you need the other numbers in order to complete what you need to do on this earth. You can't do everything on your own. You need help from others. I cannot stress this enough, especially to a fiercely independent 1 energy. You need people with differing skills to bring your new ideas to fruition. It's very, very important. You need to also be determined to succeed, because the 1 can easily crawl under a rock and keep their ideas to themselves. They need to keep developing themselves, self-discovery, personal development. So constantly making themselves better and developing, so they keep up to the innovation in the world, and they keep developing the trust in their own skills, because 1s can really struggle with their confidence. So they need to keep developing themselves and their skills and their self-esteem. So it's like they value the skills that they have, and they know who they are. That's vital for a 1 energy to help alongside their intuition to support their confidence, knowing their skills, knowing who they are, and being able to trust those abilities in the world. So your motivation in the 7 energy means that you love self-discovery, personal development and spiritual development. You could spend your whole life like a hermit, if you could, doing spiritual development and self-discovery and researching and learning. You just love that as a soul urge 7. But you have no interest whatsoever as a soul urge 7. Obviously it depends on your sub lessons, but as just a 7 on its own, you're not going to have much interest in worldly success, as your passion for development is your inner journey. It's about how you develop inside. Now, experience on the outside helps to develop yourself inside, very much so. But the 7 often goes inside first. And what they need to understand, actually, especially if they're a 1, that their outside experience can be used to serve their inner development. Okay, and this inner development can then bring them worldly success, whether they push for it or not. You experience the world as a 7 to feed your inner journey. So it's not just about the research and the theory, it's also about the experience on earth. That's why you're here. Why experience things on earth if you're not going to learn something from it? But the seven needs to use that experience more. But the worldly success is just going to be something that they're going to be less motivated by. It's not going to be something that they're going to prioritize. But as a one, and to support that life path one, you've got to step outside that motivation zone and really understand the importance of all experience, not just theory, in your life. And that worldly success and balanced achievement could come from that wisdom. And that's what you're here to achieve as a one. You need confident expression and manifestation of your new ideas and things that you channel from source. And you also have the motivation to have lots and lots of wisdom in you as well. So you've got to manifest those unique new ideas, channel them from source, really delve into your spirituality. And you might find that success will come whether you're determined or not. Confident expression of those ideas, channeling those ideas and getting them out there, and constantly developing yourself so that you support your confidence and your intuition every step of the way. Powerful leadership is important for you as a one. Okay, you need to learn to be a powerful leader, dominant and assertive. And again, your intuition is going to be a big part of what supports your dominance and your confidence to be a leader. You've got to lead others to the fruition of your ideas. You can't do it on your own, remember. And of course, for that, you need balanced personal power. So you need to know when to instruct people and when to step back and what energy to use whilst doing that. Because the one can be either overpowering or underconfident. They've got to learn to balance that personal power for charismatic leadership. But the motivation in the seven energy means you're not really interested in being a leader. Sevens don't care what other people do, and they certainly don't want to tell other people what to do. No, it doesn't interest them in the slightest. In fact, you prefer to work alone or with familiar groups that have got the same thought processes as you, but mostly alone. You need to step out of your motivation zone big time here in order to even look towards leadership as an option. So this isn't going to be easy when it comes to your motivation. I mean, your talent number might make you totally talented at leadership, so it'll be easy. But motivation wise, you're going to have to work on that, because you need to learn as a life path one, not only to focus your study and experience on everything, but also focus it on your leadership skills. Go on leadership courses, emulate people that are leaders. You've got to learn to lead others, because you're bringing new ideas and you're here to lead others towards the fruition of those groundbreaking ideas. So leadership skills are going to be needed. So any opportunity that you can take to learn from a leader or go to any kind of course which teaches you leadership skills, it's all going to be useful for you as a life path one. You're a powerful one. You have potential power to create amazing things and the potential power to create devastating things. Your power causes ripples as a one, both positive and negative, depending on what you channel and how you manifest it. So that power, it brings great responsibility and ethics, So the one, they can create bad things and they can create good things. So they're here to create something positive and good to raise the vibration and change the world. They've got to have good intentions. Your motivation in the seven means you're not really interested in what others think a lot of the time, unless it's relevant to your own development. And you certainly won't be all that bothered or interested in taking on responsibilities for other people. Your soul's intuition will never inspire you to bad actions. That's the chimp normally that would inspire you to do naughty things, but your intuition never will. But you're not motivated to be responsible either. You're not motivated to be naughty, really. A bit rebellious. You're not going to follow the crowd. You're going to go your own way, whatever. But you're not motivated to take on responsibility either, or to be responsible for anything. It doesn't mean you are irresponsible. You're just not really interested in picking up that responsibility role. For a one, you kind of need to be responsible because you're powerful and you bring creative things to this earth. And if you're not responsible, you can create difficult and negative things. So it's really important that you are ethical and responsible. So ensure that your unique ideas are responsible and ethical and being executed responsibly. Constant communication and communion with Source and the soul within you will ensure that your power is always used for positivity, and keeping a good eye on that chimp to make sure he's not sabotaging, he or she or it is not sabotaging you at every turn. Okay. So I hope you found this video useful today. Remember, if you'd like to request a video, just send me a message or put a comment on my videos. Remember, I teach numerology either one-to-one or I've got courses on Udemy. I'm going to put links to those courses on Udemy in the description box. But if you want to do some one-to-one with me, send me an email at katie@soulexplorer.net. You can request videos from me. You can request readings from me, of course, because I do every type of reading that you imaginable, from readings for your life purpose and talents to forecast readings, long readings, short readings, whatever you need, I can change that to suit your needs. So email me or put me a little message on my social media if you'd like me to quote you on a reading. I've also got books coming out, which I've been really busy, and this book's really for people that want to become numerologists themselves or read for other people, or other sevens that really want to dig into themselves and understand more about who they are. Book 1 is nearly ready to go to the publisher. Book 2 is going to be a few weeks behind that, and then book 3 even later than that. But that's going to be exciting. So let me know if you'd like to pre-order any of those books, because they very much link to my long master Udemy course as well. So if you're doing my master course on Udemy, those books are going to be vital for you. It's just all that information in bound form, basically. So I'm going to stop gabbling now and let you all go and say, no matter what I say to you, or courses that I offer you, or books I tell you to read, if it doesn't resonate with the voice within you, then it's not the right information. I want you to always trust the soul within you, because only you know what's right with you, for you. See you soon.